Welcome to this half-hour yoga sequence. We're going to make our way into a child's pose to start. So bringing the toes together, the knees can go wide. Allow your forehead, your third eye to come down onto the mat. Lay your arms long in front of you and just begin to notice your breath here. Notice if you're holding onto your belly, sucking the belly up and in. If you are, try to let that go here. We spend so much of our days sucking the belly up and in, trying to hold ourselves to a certain standard, that it might feel weird and awkward and unnatural to just let it go. So letting the belly just fall towards the mat, noticing what that feels like for you. Not worrying about what it looks like, just feeling, relaxing into the body. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, fill up the lungs. And then open the mouth, exhale. Sometimes we must let go of something good to let something better in. The wheel of life is always turning and change is always necessary. Without change, we become complacent. Change is uncomfortable, but change can be very good. We try so much to control all of the points of our life. Try to let go a little bit, relax into your life. As we are guided to step more authentically into our power and our purpose in this life, something has to shift. Change must occur. It's how we experience growth. Trust that the change is unfolding in your life and it's leading you to the best places. Although it may feel unpredictable, unsafe, scary right now, when you settle in and open up to new possibilities, wonderful things can happen. There's no need to rush this process. You'll grow wiser as you learn to just go with the flow, accept change with grace and ease. Make space to receive here. I offer you the affirmation of trust. I trust the change unfolding in my life. You can repeat that throughout this practice in your head or maybe even out loud. I trust the change unfolding in my life. I trust the change unfolding in my life. Taking a deep inhale through the nose, fill up the lungs. And then open the mouth, exhale, sigh it out. One more time, deep inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, let something go. Beginning to shift your weight forward, coming up to a tabletop position, stacking the shoulders over the wrists, the sit bones over the knees. Taking cat-cows from here, inhale, belly falls, chest opens. Exhale, round the spine, gaze back towards your thighs. Inhale, heart shines through your arms. Exhale, rounding the spine. Inhale and exhale. And then finding a neutral tabletop position, tucking the toes underneath and sending the hips up and back for our first downward facing dog of class. Maybe you pedal out the legs, bending them right and left side to side. Inhale, heels lift, and then exhale, melting the heels down into your mat. The heels may not touch the floor, that is okay. Just working to charge energy out the heels. And then making your way into a ragdoll pose, stepping the feet up towards your hands, taking an opposite elbow grip. Allow your top half to just hang heavy. The crown of your head melts towards the floor. Maybe you sway side to side. Maybe you nod your head yes, shake your head no, releasing some of the pressure, stress, tension in your neck and your shoulders. And maybe the hamstring stretch feels too intense, so you soften the knees. Maybe so much so that your belly and your chest rest on your thighs. And then interlocking the fingers behind your back, opening your chest and your shoulders. Nod your head yes, shake your head no. And then on your next exhale, you can go ahead and release your grip, let your hands fall down towards the floor. And then one vertebra at a time, slowly roll yourself all the way up to a standing position. Taking an inhale, arms lift overhead, finding your mountain pose, Tadasana, lifting all 10 toes off the mat and one at a time placing them, rooting yourself into the floor. Exhale, forward fold, Uttanasana, dive down. Inhale, finding your halfway lift. Maybe your fingers come up to your shins, maybe your thighs, maybe your blocks. Exhale, forward fold. Planting the hands, go ahead, step the feet all the way back into your high plank. Lower down, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Press the shoulders down and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Draw your tailbone up towards the ceiling. Core setting the ribs in. Breathe. Take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Then another inhale through the nose, sealing the lips. Exhale through the nose. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, traveling to the top of your space, big toes touch. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, rise, arms lift. Exhale, hinge at the hips, dive down. Inhale, halfway lift, Ardha Uttanasana. Exhale, planting the hands, stepping it back to your high plank. Inhale. Exhale, lower down, bending the elbows, halfway, Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, setting the hips up and back, downward facing dog. Taking a big inhale through the nose, fill up the lungs, pausing at the top. Open the mouth, exhale. And then inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, hop, skip, step to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, mountain pose, Tadasana. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, rise, arms lift. Exhale, something different here. Baby cactus. Cactus the arms, baby back bend. Forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold, plant the hands, step it back to your high plank. Inhale, exhale, lower down Chaturanga, relax the shoulders, up dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Breathing here, maybe you find movement, maybe you find stillness. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your space. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, mountain pose. Exhale, hands to heart center. Inhale, rise, Tadasana. Exhale, baby back bend. Shine your heart up. Inhale, exhale, fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant the hands, step it back to your high plank. Inhale, exhale, lower down Chaturanga. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. And breathing here, take a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. Inhale, look forward. Exhale, travel to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, rise, sweeping the arms. Finding your chair pose, sink the hips down. From here, interlocking your fingers behind your back. Inhale, puff up your chest, rise onto your tippy toes. And then exhale, slowly start to fold yourself forward. Finding our sparrow's pose. Looking for a point on the floor to focus on, finding your drishti, that point that's non-moving. And work to keep your heels lifted. This pose can release some stress, some anxieties. It's a great way to work your legs, your quads, your hamstrings, your calves. And then fold forward. Inhale, half lift. Exhale, fold. Planting the hands back, step it back to your high plank. Option to flow through another vinyasa here, or maybe you skip it, just coming back to your downward facing dog. And then inhale, the right leg lifts. Exhale, stepping it through to your low lunge. Inhale, rise, crescent lunge. And then exhale, open arm twist. Inhale, finding your exalted warrior. Breathing here. Take another inhale. Exhale, coming back to your exalted warrior. Inhale, exhale, warrior two. Spin open. Breathing here, stacking your front knee over your front ankle. Inhale, rise, star pose. Exhale, sink the hips down, goddess. Inhale, rise, star. Exhale for goddess. Inhale, star. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, and then exhale, interlock the fingers behind your back. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Finding your wide-legged forward fold. The crown of your head can fall down towards the floor. Maybe you find movement. Maybe you find stillness. Option to shift the hips side to side. Maybe you bend into the knees, right and left. One leg and then the other. And then releasing your grip if you haven't already. Bending into your front knee, your right leg, finding Skandasana. Option to use a block here if you'd like to prop your hips up on a block. It'll help you keep your chest lifted. Working to keep your right heel on the mat. If it lifts, that's okay. Just working on your dorsiflexion in your ankle to get the heel lower. And then go ahead and find your low lunge. Taking an inhale, three-legged dog, right leg comes up and back. Exhale, downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, coming through to your low lunge. Inhale, sweep the arms, rise, crescent lunge. Breathing here. And then exhale, open arm twist. Inhale, and then exhale, finding your exalted warrior. Breathe. Inhale. On your exhale, open back up to your open arm twist. Inhale, and then exhale, warrior two, big movement. Stacking your front knee over your front ankle. Taking an inhale, star pose. Exhale, goddess. Inhale, star, grow tall. Exhale, sink the hips, goddess. Inhale, rise. Exhale, lower. Inhale, star pose, and then exhale, interlock the fingers behind your back. Inhale, puff up your chest. Exhale, fold forward. Maybe you find movement, maybe you find stillness. If this grip is not serving you, you can let it go. Working on physically opening up our hearts. And then also applying that to our practice of trust today. Opening our hearts, trusting the universe, trusting it has our back. And then go ahead, bending into the front knee, this time the left side. Working to sink the hips nice and low, chest stays lifted, hands come to heart center. Maybe you press that left knee back. Working to keep the left heel on the mat. And then exhale, finding your low lunge. Inhale, the left leg sweeps up. Exhale, lower down for your downward facing dog. Breathing here. And then slowly walking your hands back towards your feet. Heel toe your feet to the outer edges of your mat. And go ahead and sink the hips down low, finding Malasana, our yogi squat. Similar to Skandasana, you can prop your hips up with a block to help you keep your chest lifted. Take some of the work out of the pose. Maybe you use your elbows to press your knees further, opening up your hips a little bit more, working to keep your heels on the mat. And then on your next exhale, find that forward fold, heel toe your feet together, and then walk your hands back out, finding your downward facing dog. Inhale, bend the knees, look forward. Exhale, traveling to the top of your space. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold. Inhale, sweep the arms up, finding your chair pose. Sink the hips nice and low. Interlocking your fingers. Inhale, puff up your chest. And then exhale, go ahead, forward fold. Your heels lift off the mat. Finding that drishti, finding a point of focus. Opening up your chest, your shoulders, your heart, working your quads, your hamstrings, your calves. As you keep the heels lifted, working to balance, rooting the toes in towards the mat. And breathing here, working on releasing your grip. Inhale, chair pose. Exhale, Tadasana, hands to heart center. Inhale, arms lift overhead. Exhale, hinging at the hips, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, planting the hands, step it back to your high plank. Option to flow through a vinyasa, option to skip it. Meeting us in a downward facing dog if you choose. From your downward facing dog, inhale, the right leg sweeps up. Exhale, coming through to half pigeon on the right side. So working to parallel your right shin with the top edge of your mat. Keyword is working to do that. It's challenging. Option to stay up on your palms, or maybe you walk yourself down using a prop. Let your chest melt on the bolster. I prefer to do pigeon or half pigeon on my bolster. If that feels inaccessible, you can always grab a block to build your bolster up a little bit higher. That might feel a little bit more comfortable. And then allow yourself to settle in here, noticing your breath. Maybe connecting back to your intention for this class, your affirmation. I trust the change unfolding in my life. And then when you're ready, making your way back up onto your palms, tucking the back toes. Inhale, the right leg lifts. And then exhale, opening up that hip, stacking your hips one on top of another. Option to take hip circles, flip dog, or maybe you find wild thing. And then inhale, lifting the leg. Exhale, finding your downward facing dog. Inhale, the left leg lifts. Exhale, bringing it through to your half pigeon, this time on the left side. Working to parallel your left shin with the top edge of your mat. Maybe you stay up on your palms, or maybe you lower down onto a prop, a block, a bolster, maybe just on your mat. Maybe you lengthen your breath here as you hold. And waking up your pigeon, coming back up onto your palms, tuck the back toes underneath, sending the left leg up and back. Inhale. Exhale, stacking the hips, opening up that hip. Maybe you take hip circles, flip dog, wild thing. And then when you're ready, inhale, the left leg lifts. And then exhale, making it back to your downward facing dog. Maybe you pedal out the legs here. Inhale, rise, exhale, lowering all the way down into a hovered tabletop, tapping the knees up and down. Inhale, exhale, lift and lower, lift and lower. Inhale, exhale, doing a little bit of core work, firing up your belly. And then allowing the knees to fall onto the mat, finding that child's pose once more. Maybe you find stillness in your child's pose, maybe you find movement. And shifting your weight in towards your heels, coming up into hero's pose. So sitting your seat on your heels, we're going to grab a bolster so we can recline onto our back. Option to just use the bolster, or maybe you need to build the bolster up so you can stack blocks or another bolster on top to bring the floor a little bit closer. Allow your heart to open, your arms can fall by your side, palms facing up to receive something. And then when you're ready, slowly shifting to one side and then extending the legs long out in front of you, finding a supported fish pose, allowing your heart to stay open. And then removing the bolster, and then slowly making your way back down onto your back. Planting the soles of the feet in towards the mat, knees face up towards the ceiling, lifting the hips up, coming into a bridge pose, interlocking your fingers behind your back, squeezing your shoulder blades together. Breathing here, noticing how you feel in this bind. Maybe connect back to your intention. And then lowering the hips down, lifting the legs up for a legs up the wall. From here, you can press up into a shoulder stand, or maybe you find plow pose, halasana. Taking what serves you here now, wherever you are, breathing. And then when you're ready, if you've moved to a different variation, slowly making your way all the way back to your legs up the wall, and then all the way back down. Legs can extend out in front of you. Getting ready for our final resting pose, Shavasana. Taking a big inhale through the nose, filling up the lungs. Opening the mouth, exhale. And maybe you bring one hand to your heart, one hand to your low belly, tuning inward. Maybe your hands are lying by your side. Palms can face up to receive something. Maybe some loving energy. Palms can face down for grounding into the present moment. And begin to relax into Shavasana. Yogis, if you're ready to move on with your practice, you can find your fetal pose, rolling over to your right side, maybe using your bicep as a pillow, and slowly making your way up to a comfortable seat, Sukhasana. You can keep your eyes shut or find a soft gaze. Bringing your hands to your heart center, taking a big inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, exhale. I trust the change unfolding in my life. Trust. Inhale, arms extend. Exhale, hugging yourself. Inhale, arms open wide. Exhale, switching which arm is on top, hugging yourself. Inhale, arms open. Exhale, hold. Inhale, last time. Exhale, hold. And then bringing your hands back to your heart center. Your thumbs come up to your third eye, the space between your eyebrows and your forehead. Together we bow forward and we say namaste.